In the deep past, before the written word, darkness was a different thing. It was vast. It was total. Humanity gathered close around the fire. The flames danced against the walls of caves and the walls of simple huts. And in that circle of light, a voice would rise. It would speak of what came before. It would tell of the hunt. It would tell of the stars. It would tell of the birth of the world. This was the first library. It was not made of paper or stone. It was made of breath. It was made of memory. The stories were more than entertainment. They were the glue that held a people together. The night sky was a map of gods and monsters. Each constellation held a story. Each season brought its own ritual. Each season, its own tale. On clay tablets, under the Mesopotamian sun, scribes pressed wedges into wet earth. They captured the songs of kings and the laments for the dead. Not just records, attempts to make something permanent in a world of dust and decay. A way to speak across the generations, to tell the future what it felt like to be alive. Stories carved in stone to outlast the tellers. These ancient narratives are the bedrock of all that followed. Every novel we read, every film we watch, carries a faint echo of that fireside voice. The questions they asked are the ones we still ask. What is bravery? Why must we suffer? What happens after we die? One of the oldest stories we possess comes from Mesopotamia. It is the Epic of Gilgamesh, written on clay tablets over 4,000 years ago. A story of immense power. It begins with a king, 2/3 god, 1/3 man. Powerful, handsome, a tyrant. He oppresses his people. His journey is not to conquer others, but to conquer himself. The gods create his equal, Enkidu. Their conflict becomes the deepest friendship. Together, they perform great deeds, slay monsters, even defy gods. But pride has a cost. The gods decree one must die. Enkidu falls ill and perishes. Gilgamesh is confronted by a force he cannot defeat. Death. Grief and terror drive him on a desperate quest to the ends of the earth, seeking eternal life. He seeks Utnapishtim, survivor of the Great Flood. The road strips him of his royal splendor. He becomes a ragged wanderer. What do we do in the face of extinction? Gilgamesh wants to defeat death, to make his name last forever. He finds a plant of youth, only for a serpent to steal it. He returns to Uruk empty-handed but changed. He contemplates the great walls, the work of human hands, and understands. Immortality is not for humanity. Meaning lies in the life we live, and in what we leave behind. The poem itself becomes his permanence. Our works and our love are the true answer to death. Thus, the first great epic teaches kingship, friendship, fear of death, and the desire for permanence in an impermanent world. We move west to ancient Greece. Another epic rises from the smoke of battle. It is the Iliad. It begins with a single word: rage. The rage of Achilles, slighted by his commander, Agamemnon. In pride, he withdraws from battle. His absence costs countless comrades their lives. The poem is a brutal, unflinching study of war, honor, glory, and their terrible price. Heroes fight for Kleos, for their names to be sung for generations. But the human cost is devastating. The Iliad does not glorify war, it dissects it. We see the terror of soldiers and the grief of widows. War is a crucible that reveals both nobility and savagery. The gods are ever present, taking sides, whispering in heroes' ears, turning tides on a whim. Yet they stand for larger forces: fate, chance, and overpowering human passions. The real drama is human. It is Hector's duty to his city versus Achilles' all-consuming rage. Pride and pain seal the fate of nations. The climax: Achilles kills Hector. Consumed by fury, he defiles the body. But the poem ends in a quiet, shattering moment. King Priam begs for his son. Father and killer weep together, recognizing their shared humanity. The Iliad teaches, rage may bring glory, but empathy makes us human. A lesson carved by the sword, and so war gives way to its aftermath. The twin to the Iliad is the Odyssey. If the Iliad is the fury of war, the Odyssey is its aftermath, the long, winding journey home. For Odysseus, the struggle has just begun. 10 years to Ithaca. Angry gods blow him off course. He is tested by monsters, by witches, and by the allure of forgetting. This is an epic of endurance, the will to survive against impossible odds. He outsmarts the Cyclops, resists the Sirens, and sails between Scylla and Charybdis. Odysseus's mind is his weapon. He lies, he dissembles, he endures humiliation, all to get home. Who is he after 20 years? King, warrior, or nameless beggar? He is tempted to become someone else. Pleasure and even immortality beckon. He refuses. His identity is tied to home, his wife Penelope, and his son. He returns in disguise to a final, brutal test to reclaim house and name. The journey home is often the hardest part of war. Homecoming is not just return, it is rebirth. In these epics, the world is alive with divine forces. Gods walk the earth and argue on Olympus. It's easy to see fantasy, but their role is symbolic, a language for vast forces. They personify nature, passion, and destiny. The architecture that gives the stories meaning. Poseidon is not just a deity. He is the sea. His anger is the storm that wrecks Odysseus. Apollo's wrath becomes plague. By naming forces, poets made chaos comprehensible, turning violence into narrative. Above all, fate. The tension between agency and destiny. This is the essence of tragedy. Ancient heroes are larger than life, immense strength and courage. Gilgamesh wrestles lions. Achilles is nearly invincible. Odysseus, master of strategy. They are the greatest of their generation, born to lead, born for greatness. But they are not perfect. Their flaws make them human and immortal. Gilgamesh begins as an arrogant tyrant. His journey becomes penance. Achilles' uncontrollable rage wins glory and brings ruin. Odysseus' cunning saves him and causes suffering. Pride brings Poseidon's wrath. Their greatest strengths are bound to their deepest weaknesses, the flawed hero template that shaped literature from Shakespeare to modern anti-heroes. The bards who forged these tales were master craftsmen, holding thousands of lines in memory. Without writing, they built artistry from repetition, symbolism, rhythm, and formula. Cornerstone, repetition, rosy-fingered Dawn, swift-footed Achilles, epithets that carry meter and music. Repetition created a familiar incantatory rhythm, binding vast stories into a coherent whole. Symbolism packed meaning into images, a shield as the world, storms as divine anger or inner turmoil. Strict meter and formulaic scenes gave a reliable framework, enabling improvisation within tradition. These elegant techniques let epics be born of breath and memory alone. We return to the fire, the starry sky, and the carved stone. The world has changed. Towers of glass, stories on light. But the thread to those first voices is unbroken. Epics and myths are not relics. They are the living foundation of our literature, maps of the human soul we still use to navigate power, suffering, mortality, loyalty, meaning. The core questions endure. Ancient foundations, eternal stories.